Hi, this is Sherry Prupis, and I'm here with my final version for this class. There's still a bit more work of my introduction to sociology. For my final, I decided to go back and review my actual proposal and revisit and see what I wanted to do. My site is found at introtosociology.weebly.com, and the focus is on Unit 3. My audience are adults, so I needed to stay sophisticated, but I wanted to introduce a bit of fun. And you will see throughout my Unit 3 that I have a bit of fun, and I'll show you it a little bit in the way that I use Hello Slide and I use my extra normal. What I needed to deal with all along is to examine the question of build or buy in my development. So build meant that I would do it myself, and buy didn't mean literally buy, but that I would go and use somebody else's. And in my What is Culture video and my Gestures Around the World videos, those I borrowed, they were pre-existing. But I did create the materials on conversational distance, and I had a little fun developing my conversational distance assignment, which we'll review in a few minutes. I went back to look at my learning objectives and the kinds of things I wanted my students to be able to do and how I was going to evaluate them. And in fact, my real assessment, my rubric, is not completed yet. I'll complete it later in the summer. I just put a placeholder in there on the violating the social norm so that I reminded that I need to do a rubric. One thing is I wanted my students to do individual work, and so I have a discussion question, what is culture? And here they're simply going to read the assignment, but I ask them to read the chapter in the wiki book and to watch the video, What is Culture? And then they have to answer what is culture, and they have to use their readings and discuss the commonly held beliefs. And I asked them, I borrowed this from our class, to respond to two other people in our group, and I'll have the discussion group in Thinkfinity. Then I have them do one of my favorite assignments, which is the Violate a Norm, Breaking the Social Norm assignment. And I wrote out the assignment here, and I would consider this an informal collaborative assignment. Now, one of the things that's really important to me is this doing sociology, and so I'm combining real world. I tell them that they need to go out and actually take a photo or a video and upload into their blog and talk about the things that they did when they violated their social norm. And then finally, I wanted them to do a true formal collaboration where I have them work as a group. And they do this in an assignment called Cultural Cocktail Party. In the Cultural Cocktail Party, I have them look at the materials and gesture around the world, and I have them look at conversational distance, which I'm going to show you in a minute, which I developed. The gestures around the world is the one that I bought or borrowed. The conversational distance is the one that I myself built. I have them doing work. They meet with their group, they discuss the issues, they have to understand they need to write, they need to collaborate, and then they actually need to build. And we had in our reading assignments that it was important that our students be producers of multimedia material, and they will be so here as well. And I suggest that they use either Extra Normal or Sketchstar to animate what they write up, or they can actually take a video and upload the actual video. I believe I am meeting the objectives that I set forth in my proposal. My students, through these exercises, will demonstrate their fundamental knowledge of the material. They have to interpret culture by watching these videos and acting them out and producing. They have to They have to do individual work and collaborative work as well. In the responses that I got from my classmates, there were some concerns about the amount of scrolling that you had to do on the website. I was concerned as well. So I redid my Unit 2 so that one does not have to scroll, and I redid the organization of my Unit 3 so that one doesn't scroll. And my screencast is a little screen, but when you're on the actual website, you'll see that you don't have to. And in fact, it made my units much better. I have not yet gone back and changed the syllabus in Unit 1, but I will be doing that. I was encouraged by everybody to use the extra normal, and I'm going to show you how I used it in a minute. My original way was that I was going to demonstrate conversational distance and extra normal, but I found that I could not manipulate the characters the way I needed to. So I did my conversational distance and hello slide. I'm going to demonstrate in a minute. But I still used the extra normal because I wanted to model it for my students, and I did that in the blog assignment. And the following item was concern about whether or not the work was too rigorous if I had too much. And I was encouraged that they ought to be doing this much work, that I ought to have these expectations. This is a higher education degree class. And if I am concerned at some point, I can make up for it in my rubric. So we were asked to create some multimedia materials, and for this unit, I created 3 of them. I have my audio up here. Welcome back to Introduction to Sociology. This is Unit 3, Culture. And I created that in GarageBand. One of these things that I find interesting, I want to show you conversational distance. I created conversational distance in Hello Slide. In Hello Slide...
Can you describe the relationship between two people based on how close or how far apart they are? Americans have...
I'm going to come back to this in just a minute, but what I want you to understand is that I created the slides. I upload them into Hello Slide. I create the script, and then I had chosen this voice because it was based on somebody named Edward Hall, so I'm saying this could be Edward Hall's voice. And you'll see that the students listen while they see the slide. And we had that in one of our readings recently in Mayer's readings, where they told us not to do a slide and text, but rather a slide in audio. And Hello Slide gives me the opportunity to do this. So let me just show you a minute.
Civilians have invisible bubbles surrounding themselves. These bubbles are cultural standards for appropriate distances between us and those with whom we communicate. What can you tell me about the relationship between the two people depicted here? Are they intimate? Are they personal friends? Are they conducting business? Are they strangers? For your blog, pick 2 pictures. Identify by number. For each one, describe the relationship. Include which distance zone it is: intimate, personal, social, public. Tell me who the people might be and the nature of their interaction. These distances are commonly found in American and Northern European.
So that's all I just want to show you for now. I do want to point out to you that these slides are copyrighted, and you'll see it over here. And I'm just using them for demonstration purposes. I have the choice to either pay for the actual pictures or perhaps to go out and take my own and use them here. All right, let me go back into my class materials and show you the next multimedia that I created. So in something called conversational distance, I have a blog assignment for them, and I used extranormal.com to create the assignment.
This is your blog assignment for Unit 3, Culture. Be sure to first read the wiki chapter and watch the conversational distance presentation that I prepared for you.
Since this blog is about the conversational distance between two people, it only makes sense that there are 2 of us describing the assignment to you.
4. Your blog, pick 2 pictures, identify by number. For each one, describe the relationship. Include.
So you can go to my introsociology.weebly.com, and there you will find, go to Unit 3, and you will find the links to the materials that I built and the link to the materials that I borrowed that I felt that I didn't have to build myself. I had one more assignment here called the Cultural Cocktail Party. And in the Cultural Cocktail Party, they have to work as a group. So I'm able to have them do some collaboration and other materials. I loved the opportunity of creating this. Your feedback was fabulous for me. Thank you. And the materials that you created yourselves were very useful for me for developing my own. I can't wait to see your final projects, and I hope you enjoyed watching mine.